And we are live. It is July 27th, 2023. Today we're going to be doing a review of ESNQ and CL in the futures. So let's just jump right into it. All right, starting off with ES as per usual. We start from the bottom or from the top down. All right, so we are on the yearly, and as I was saying yesterday, I did expect some sort of pullback, and we got a weird kind of mix, right? So we opened, we ran up, and then we came back down. It looks like we're kind of balancing around this high volume node here. But this is the second standard deviation. I still expect us to come back. Maybe we get a bounce from 44.83, but right now, technically the yearly is in balance up, but we are a little overextended, so an extreme fade makes sense here. Quarterly can't really use till next month, as it is just the same as this month. Uh, so uh, yesterday we did have that nice imbalance pullback, and we drove from there. However, today um, when we opened, we just went down and looks like we're trying to build some acceptance inside the developing value area. So I would look for 45.92 in confluence with other setups as a short. All right, on the weekly here. So as you saw, price was just running overnight, just kept blazing past. But um, when market opens, price does come back. Little extreme fade of the second standard deviation. If you didn't get in there, could have got in here. So that's a nice little extreme fade setup, something I did not take, but just something to note. And then price just runs inside and we go to the opposite side of the developing value as well as the opposite of prior value. And in fact, once we get down here, we get a little pullback to test that previous VWAP and we just reject off of it. And let's take a look if let's take a look at the 24-hour profile of yesterday. As you can see, this shape. Um, wow. Okay. So this would have been a nice little setup. So as price accepted below 45.90, this pullback right here, it wicks right off, almost to the tick, which that's pretty sweet. And then another one right here, kind of at the edge of this uh, value area. So I look at this as one curve, and that's pretty nice. Nothing that important in the middle of this, but as looking at this as one curve, the edge of this, that would have been a nice opportunity to get short. I did not pay attention to that, but as you'll see in a second, where I did play. So this is the composite. As you can see, we have this multi-day composite, and price opened up, and we kind of tried to build a little value, and then we just sprinted down. So we were in kind of this balance, and we are sort of still in a weird little balance, I would say, from the 18th. So we did take out both the high, but we did not take out the low right here. All right, so on the ETH chart, um, price just kind of opened up. This is so early when I first got to desk was about like 9:33. Price did come in here, and I didn't think it was a deep enough move, a deep enough pullback of the rhythm. I did want to get short here. However, I just did not take that trade. But as you know, we do not chase trades. So as it, went to the other side, it tests VWAP, and then it comes back, and then I think I got long here around 46.10, and then I took a short. Let me see if I can see on the regular trading hours. I think I actually may have gotten long around here and it shorted from 46.23, and then got out somewhere around here. And in total, I did get 10 points going both ways with help of the footprint. So going back to, so as you see, we go inbounds down, nice little pullback trade, short that. If you didn't get in here, you can get in here. That's a little risky. I probably wouldn't have taken that. And then this, get a nice move down, pull back. This short from about 45.89, take that all the way to 64s. That's 25 points right there. A beautiful setup in rhythm. That's just a great trade. As you can see, it also is near the yesterday's value. So both those coincide, and overall just a really nice setup there. And as you can see on the footprint, so let's go earlier in the day. Okay, so you have the open. Sellers are pretty apparent. Price doesn't really drive much higher than here. Comes down. We get a lot of selling. Yeah, I don't think I made any moves just yet. But then, so as you can see, a lot of dark shades, a lot of action taking place. So you could see 1,700 contracts a buyer's willing to take right here. That gets blown out, but then the delta seems to reverse a little bit. So I did take a long at about 46.10, like I said. From, let's see. Yeah, so I think that was around here. Yeah, yeah. So I saw all these dark shades, and then we had a positive delta from there. So I set a limit order for here to go long, but at the same time, I set the sell limit at like 46.17 to kind of catch that pullback, and then I did enter that trade, and then I exited here. That was kind of all I did today. I didn't really do that much else, but just those little scalps made my day. And as you can see, price does come up here. We kind of have like a ceiling. A lot of volume takes place in this candle, a lot of heavy selling. Price dips below here, but comes back to close. Buyers can't really do much here. Just strong selling. Sort of a nice little sell, a continuation play. And then, as you can see, we have more heavy selling, heavy aggressive participants. Do a little basing, and then we come back in here. Nice little pullback. Would have loved to take that pullback trade, but that's it. On NASDAQ, so yearly, similar story, quarterly, similar story. On the monthly, so we did look above, however, we did a look above and fail and went back inside, so expecting that to be rotational. On the weekly, we ran a lot, but then price eventually accepted back lower inside. And this profile isn't as clear as ES was, but this kind of little curve here could have waited for acceptance below, close below, and set the sell order. Also, this edge of the curve would have been a nice little opportunity. All right, so I didn't take any trades of NASDAQ, but we have imbalance up. Then we accept inside, and we accept inside. Nice little pullback from here, from 830 to 762. And then we get another pullback. It's a little more shallow as price battles, but as you can see, delta stops increasing past this point and then starts to drop, and then we accept it here. Nice rhythm for a little pullback trade from 765, if not 738, and then that last test at 678. And on the RTH, maybe you get this pullback. Still technically imbalanced down. Looks like we accept inside. Then we go and bounce down again. Nice little pullback trade here, pullback trade here, pullback here, and here were the best opportunities to get on the boat. However, you still could have taken this little pullback here at about 248. Accepts inside, this little pullback from 610. And you can take all the way to 543. It's overall a very beautiful day. Now we're taking a look at oil. So the yearly looks like we're still trying to go up, looking bullish. Quarterly is the same as the monthly. It's tricky because this 1.5 standard deviation band is holding, but any higher it looks like an extreme fade. So this is a tricky read, but so let's defer to the weekly. All right, so interesting little situation we got here. So we have this curve, kind of ended the curve here at about 79.03. We do reverse, which is, that's interesting on this kind of pseudo double distribution profile. But NASDAQ and ES, we are bullish. Price comes down. We test the 1.5 standard deviation, and then we kind of bounce from there. And so we come in, get a bounce, kind of play the extreme fade. This breakout pullback was probably the trade of the day, I would say. Because it took 66 all the way to 11. Almost 50 cents there on a contract. But then price came out. I did take this short. I wanted to hold. I did get stopped out for a few points or for a few cents. So I didn't use that much risk, but it is what it is. And then on the RTH, nothing really jumps out at me here. There's this little pullback, but besides that, NASDAQ and ES had some beautiful setups, and it was a wonderful day to trade. One of those fun days. Some days can be boring, but today was certainly a fun one, or maybe not boring, because sometimes this isn't fun, but you just got to execute. Anyway, I am rambling, but I was happy with the way today went. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. This is Daniel